This morning's news is not just an election result, it's a global boomerang. Mark Carney, the former central banker turned statesman, the man who was controlling the Bank of England, has secured a Liberal victory in Canada's 2025 federal election. But the irony, I think, is that he's got Donald Trump to thank. Yes, the man who tried to annex Canada as the 51st state inadvertently handed Carney his mandate. Just months ago, the Canadian Liberals were on life support, with Prime Minister Justin Trudeau's popularity in free fall, hobbled by cost of living pressures, immigration woes, cabinet unrest. Polls had the party trailing by 20 points. Enter Carney, cerebral, unflappable, and with a Rolodex that includes both the Bank of England and the Bank of Canada, and even Carney's pedigree might not have been enough until Trump opened his mouth. Donald Trump, now back in the White House behind the Resolute desk under an orange wig, reignited tensions with Canada by proposing eye-watering tariffs, 25% on Canadian cars, aluminium and lumber, and floated, not for the first time, the annexation of Canada. His threats were not idle provocation. They struck a nerve in Canadian identity, economic and cultural sovereignty under siege. Carney seized the moment. His campaign became a referendum on Canada's right to define itself, right to exist, not by proximity to Washington, but by a commitment to multilateralism, rule of law, and crucially economic stability. As Angus Reid's Institute satirical noted, three things saved the Liberals, anyone but conservative sentiment. Pierre Poilievre's populism unnerved centrists, Trudeau's departure, a reset without baggage, and Trump's belligerence. It gave Carney a foil. Pierre's direction, of course, should be a warning to Kemi Badenoch and Nigel Farage, and Carney's slogan could have been lifted from Churchill: we will stand up for our history, our values, and our sovereignty. Canadians in record numbers turned out early, nearly 7.3 million advance voters to affirm just that. Carney wasn't merely reacting to Trump, he offered a plan. His background managing crises during the 2008 financial crisis and Brexit lent him credibility. He promised billions in industrial investment, energy independence, and new trade alignments with Europe. He said bluntly that the old US-Canada relationship is over. And yet, he also offered calm leadership. Canada wouldn't retaliate blindly, but neither would it roll over. We are masters in our own home, he repeated. What extraordinary leadership at a time of chaos. Chaos manufactured by the wig-wearing man behind the Resolute desk. Simply that. And chaos that has been manufactured for us all. You know, this is a gift for any politician, and yet, Starmer fumbling, Badenoch incapable. Mark Carney may not have secured a majority, but he did secure something rarer: legitimacy forged in resistance. His premiership is an answer to the question, what happens when the loudest voice in the room is across the border? In a world increasingly governed by shouting and spectacle, Carney offers something more radical: composure, clarity, and competence. So yes, Carney won. But the ghostwriter of his victory speech may well have been Donald J. Trump. Donald Jessica Trump. There you are. To reference Randy Thingy, whatever his name is. As ever, the American president has the rare gift of galvanizing the people that he intends least to help. This wasn't just a win for the Liberals; it was a quiet Canadian victory, and it's a demonstration of the power of Trump. And in politics, as in banking, sometimes the best leverage is knowing when to let your opponent talk.